Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks so much for coming to hang out with me today. If you are new here, welcome. I am so stoked to be sharing with you guys my new A5 binder setup today. Okay, so the A5 binder itself, not new at all. I've had this for many years. I purchased it for $6.99 on Amazon, but the setup inside is new, and I'm really excited for this. I wanted to share this with you guys today for a couple of different reasons. So, I was going to actually be in the A5 binder for a full-on planner starting at 2025. That was my plan, and I changed my mind on like New Year's Eve. Um, Mainly because it was going to be like an overall family slash homeschool planner, and I really couldn't bring myself to have all of those things on a bunch of loose pages. However, I did say at that time that I might go back into the A5 for very specific plans or very specific projects, and that is what I am doing today. A lot of you said that if I did go back to the A5, you absolutely wanted to see the setup. So I'm stoked to share this with you for one of my books. So if you are new here, I'm a published author. I'm currently working on multiple novels, and I set this one up specifically for a book that is now in the second draft stage. If you are not an author, if you're not into writing or hearing about that stuff, still hang out because this is set up also to go along with my no buy 2025. So this is a very, very cheaply done setup, you guys. And if you are on a tight budget, or if you want to get into an A5 binder, we're partway into the year, you want to use your supplies, hang out with me for this one. So let's go ahead and open her up. Now, you guys, again, this is a $7 Amazon A5 binder. She doesn't lay flat. She has dents from the rings. She's not entirely cute, but this will be perfect for what I'm using it for. So as you guys are seeing this video, my family and I are on spring break. We're a homeschool family and we do spring break around Easter time. And at the end of our spring break, we are going to be having ourselves a good old time in a cabin in the woods. Now, my husband and sons will be treating this as a fishing getaway. I will be treating it as a writing retreat. So one of my novels has entered into the second draft stage, or for my style of writing and how I plot and and plan things out, it's actually more like the first proper draft stage. But the way that I work and the way that I write, I basically have to start all over again, overhaul my brain, take tons of notes, and begin again nearly from scratch when starting on a second draft of my novels. So that is where this cutie pie is going to come in and help me out. So in the front pockets over here, these are not functional pockets. I use them as decorative pockets. There are pockets here, but they're fully, it's like one big pocket and everything falls to the bottom. So for funsies and inspiration and just to make it look cute, I love to decorate this up. This matches a little bit my writing. Mostly it's just my vibe and what I was in the mood for putting in here. I love this. It makes me happy to look at this. Not everybody likes decorated front pockets in a planner. They want to use them for functional storage. That's totally cool. You do you. I can't use this for functionality, except for this pocket back here, which is where I just have some page flags. This is where my priority is. Anyway, this planner is definitely going to help me out, you guys. So right up front here, I created my own little dashboard on one of these frosted dividers back in November, December, I guess, when I was planning on setting up my planners for 2025. And you guys know my rant about Amazon. If you saw my no buy 2025, literally so like dozens of things that I ordered from Amazon during the holiday season was sent to me used or broken or damaged or dirty. These little frosted dividers were one of those things. They're cracked in multiple places. It's like somebody had tried to fold them or something. And I was at my wit's end at that point with returning things to Amazon. They were like $5. So I decided to just go ahead and keep them. And I decided that I can cover the cracks with washi and stickers and still make some fun dividers and dashboards in this planner. So this front one is a dashboard that I created just with things that I already have on hand, some of my supplies. Sorry, this is a little bit bleached out, you guys. There's actually sun shining in the window today. It's a miracle. So I made a little dashboard. I have some old Erin Condren sticky notes right on here, some more page flags. You may be able to tell that the color scheme that I'm trying to stick with is black and purple and orange. This is going to be a color scheme that I also use in my notes and writing process in here to keep track of different characters and different story structure. I also have these two stickers right over here. So this is where I am going to write my word count goal for the second draft. And then in here, this little calendar sticker, I'm either going to do color in a box for every 1,000 words that I write or color in a box for every day of the month that I write. But because I'm starting on this second draft partway through April and going into May, I may just do the one for every 1,000. But I love this little dashboard. It has some cute little quotes on here and some sticky notes, just lots of functional things for me to use. I did also use my label maker just to make a little tab title, I guess, or header, whatever you want to call it, down at the bottom here for my notes section. So behind my little dashboard, I have just a little divider, a little cardstock. This is actually, you guys, this is a divider from a Happy Planner. So if you're on a tight budget, if you have planner supplies like Happy Planner or something else that you don't use anymore, especially if it's bigger than your A5 binder, just use one of these dividers as an outline and outline your cardstock, your paper, whatever it may be, and punch it, and you can use it in your binder and give it a whole new life. So this was a divider from a Happy Planner, and I just did what I just said, and I used this as like a stencil, an outline. I drew around the image that I wanted cut out, and then I cut it, punched it, and put it in this binder. I also did the same thing with Happy Planner notebook paper. So you can either just use the dimensions of an A5 binder and measure that out with a ruler and then cut it out with like a paper slicer. I wanted this black, like inside, I don't know, ink stain, smudge mark looking, whatever that was on the Happy Planner paper. So I, again, stenciled, drew the lines out around, and then cut out a whole bunch. So this is just going to be my notes section for while I'm working on draft 2. This is a spot just to spread out my mind and my ideas and just scribble down notes. I may use like a dividing spot to divvy up the paper, have an inside spot for notes, and then maybe just a small little strip outside or along the bottom to keep track of my writing sessions and my word count or any changes that I make as I go along in the draft. So this is dot grid paper. It's double-sided, so I have quite a bit here for notes, and this will be really good. Maybe it won't last me for the entirety of the second draft, but it will definitely last me for the entirety of my spring break, sort of at home and in the cabin writing retreat. If you guys have a dated Happy Planner that is like the weekly layout, when I first got this, a few years ago, I did actually stencil out, like using one of the dividers, a spot in that weekly layout, and I was able to get some good boxes from using an old Happy Planner. So if you have one of those and you want to use it up, just move it around, just like the frosted divider, or, use the actual measurements of an A5 and find if there's a spot on your page where you can actually get a decent planner layout, and you can cut that out and punch it and put it in here as well. After that, I have a structure section, and then I just did this fun little flap with two just people from Pinterest. These are just inspiration for my main characters. They don't look exactly like what's in my head, but close enough. And this just sort of matches the vibe of the story. And I also used another Happy Planner dashboard. I just ripped it, punched it, cut out some pieces from yet another Happy Planner dashboard, and just made this fun little insert page. And again, this is another cracked and broken divider from Amazon. I put a little structure tab down here because this section is going to be more of a structured spot for my story. Details that are very important, world building that is very important, plot threads to pull through. Whereas this French section is going to be just scribbling notes, just anything and everything in my mind. As I'm writing, I work on my laptop, but I also need the brain to pen to paper to work for me as well. So this section, like I said, structure, it can't be like nonsensical. It's plot things and world building threads and character stuff that needs to stay consistent or be pulled through the story. This is just graph paper that came for free with this A5 binder when I got it from Amazon. I will try to link one, you guys. This one exactly is no longer available. And the one that is very similar to this, I think it's up to like $10 now, still super affordable. And this is the free paper that came along with it. The backed section, and I have a ton of this, whole ton. This will definitely last me. The last section, again, I tore up a Happy Planner divider, did some washi tape, another one of these little bits. It just matches the vibe. And I put this Phases of the Moon sticker, ripped it, put it on there as well. I just love this. This back section is going to be for edits. It's more of the same paper, but this is where I am going to be, just like it says, putting in edits for the story. Because it is draft 2, I will probably be giving the first few chapters or the first half of it to my husband and some beta readers for feedback as I go along. And this is just where I will put feedback notes as well as any edits that I want to make or think I should be making based on that feedback. So this is just going to be the perfect little binder for me to take along with me as I'm writing over spring break and to keep track of everything during draft 2. You guys, I love this. I love that it's all not recycled, but you know what I mean? It's stuff that I already had on hand. It's stuff that won't be going to waste. It's stuff that's going to get new life, like the Happy Planner notes pages and dashboards. Is it a little bit jinkety and definitely looks like used paper slapped together? Sure, of course, but I love that. I ain't no fancy pants. So even if you're not currently writing a book, if you need a new planner set up or you're looking for a change, you want to use the A5 binder you already have on hand or some of your stuff, I think this is definitely a fun and great way to go about it. If you have some spring cleaning to do or some spring goals, this could be great to set up for that as well. If you are interested in the author and writer side of my life, come hang out with me over on my author channel. I will have it linked for you down in the description below. I am going to be sharing a spring break writing vlog video over there with you guys, probably maybe at the end of April or early in the month of May, but I'm really excited to get back to sharing more of my writing side over there. The planner channel is not going to change at all, but I'm just stoked to share my author life with you guys as well, especially as I work on multiple books this year and hopefully get something published. All right, you guys, let me know what you think of this A5 setup. I love it. I love the colors, love the vibes. I'm really happy with it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this one. That is all for this one. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.